What's up, everybody? Welcome to the No Scrubs Allowed podcast. Seal, how's it going, bud?
Could have a better start. Hopefully, I didn't break my mic as it fell down.
Yeah, and my seat was crooked. I didn't set up my seat correctly before we started.
Jeez.
Good start.
Sorry about that boom to start, guys. I'm doing good. Could be better. Down 3-2 in a series we should have ended already, but the umps are trash as can be. The ump from last night's probably the trashiest ump in the postseason of trashy postseason umps.
Statistically, at least he is.
And baseball, yeah, it's ridiculous, man. And after last night, the way it ended, oh Jesus, I didn't even want to watch the game today. I was at work.
I don't want to watch the game right now.
I was at work. It was an early game, so I kind of stayed away from it, and thank goodness I did. Yeah, it's just baseball is over with in my eyes. Cheaters going to cheat, and yeah, it's time for some basketball, dude. I'm excited. Evan Mobley looks really good. I mean, they're playing Memphis, which isn't anything.
I watched your guys' first quarter
for a while. Looked like a game for a while, but yeah. Then Ja started turning it on, and now it's kind of bad.
Rubio looks good. I mean, you guys look like you have a little squad to play with at least.
Yeah. Oh, we went on a 6-0 run to start the half. Let's go. But yeah, they went 41-29 outscoring us in the second quarter. So
well, good thing I only watched the first and then my feed died.
Yeah, Colin. So Rubio's getting a lot more time because we weren't able to reach anything with Colin, and it seems like we're going to go away from him. We're not going to do that Colin, Darius Garland backcourt. I think, yeah, Jesus. But he's not getting that much playing time. But he came out right when he came out. He just started lighting up, just shot a 3 right now. So yeah, Colin's looking like he should have been looking, or we might have gave him some kind of contract.
Yeah, I mean, well, hopefully you guys can still trade him and get something for him. That'd be
real quick. As I'm putting money down and all this shit, real quick, is DeAndre Ayton going to play? Is he going to?
Oh, he'll play. 100%. No, he ain't going to give 100. He hasn't given 100% since day one of the league.
Well, playoffs.
But no, I mean, we screwed that up big time. Basketball has started, if you guys can't tell, and we are more than hyped to talk about it. And the Suns started out the year by fucking over all the fans and saying we don't care about our future. I think they offered Ayton 5 different contracts. None of them were max contracts. In the middle of all that, they re-signed Mikal Bridges to a nice deal, re-signed Cameron Payne to a nice deal, and just would not max Ayton. And Ayton is done with them. He ended the talks. And the thing is, like, we can keep him for a lot longer, but we're going to lose him for nothing. And that's what sucks. So, because at the end of this year, he can go sign some qualifying offers. And as long as we match it, he like comes back, I think, or some shit like that. So we can still keep him for a couple more years, but then we'll lose him for nothing. And at this point, I'm sure he's ready to leave. He doesn't care. Even if we offered him a max contract right now, I'm not sure he would take it anymore. So it's kind of ridiculous that the worst owner in sports or the worst owner in basketball, I won't say the worst owner in sports, but the worst owner in basketball continues to flaunt his stuff. And all it's going to do is run everybody out. It's going to run Chris Paul out. It's going to run Booker out. And it's not going to make any free agents want to come over here whenever they want to bet on themselves if our team is not willing to give them the contracts they deserve. It's crazy.
Yeah, man, that stinks. That's got to really hurt for sure. Especially when you look at the playoffs and what he was able to do. He was the staple. He would have went over 70% with a ring, and that doesn't fucking happen. Like the kid was insane. And you have to think, if you give the guy like generational money, that's going to help him, his kids, his kids' kids, his kids' kids, and all that stuff. Then, you might get that out of him for 82 regular season games. Probably not, like you already alluded to. That's not what he does, but it's something that he's earned, and somebody else is definitely going to give him all of that money.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where, sure, our max is higher than any other max that can be offered right now, but it's not worth it to him. He can go serve another 2 years somewhere else and then get the max. Because if he just takes one of the deals we're offering him, then it's better to go somewhere else that he could potentially win and then grab a max from them. And it just sucks because you see the other guys in his class, obviously Luka, obviously Trey, but like Michael Porter Jr. got his max contract. Some of these guys that don't really deserve, probably in my eyes, a max contract are getting max contracts. Meanwhile, Bagley is is not even playing.
Yeah,
So there's a
that's
couple of
crazy.
guys that
That is crazy. But yeah, could you imagine Kristaps isn't really working out over there in Dallas. So if
right.
they were to get rid of all his money that they still owe him, they would easily be able to offer DeAndre a max deal, and him and Luca would fucking go crazy over
Well,
there
they
in the
could offer
West.
us a trade at this point because, like I said, we're going to lose Ayton for nothing. At the way it's going, he's not going to resign with us, and he's eventually going to lose for nothing. So I don't think we trade him this year. He's locked in. He's still under his rookie contract. We have the team option to match anything next year. So we're going to do that. But after that, going into the next year, we're probably going to be looking at trades if we haven't gotten a max deal signed. And that's a scary subject because yeah, that would be one good one that obviously KP makes a lot more, but if we feel for some reason like he's worth it, then we can grab him and get rid of Ayton. But I was obviously one of the guys saying that we should pick Luca, but now that we have Ayton, like I never said Ayton's a bad player. I was just saying Luca's a better player, and like you alluded to, I gave him a little bit of flack saying he never plays hard. But yeah, in the playoffs, he looked really good. And he looked like he could dominate people. No matter who he was going up against, he was able to at least hold his own. And KP definitely can't do that. I'm not sure. Bagley might be able to do that. I don't know that we would want to go his way. But it's crazy. I don't understand. I don't think there's a single person outside of Bob Sarver who is saying, "Hey, don't give him the max." Every
Well, I don't
person that
understand
I've
the
heard,
Bagley thing. The kid's willing to play. It's not that he sucks. He's just not getting any minutes to show, and he's getting nothing. Garbage time minutes. There's no chance to
yeah,
flow. You'd have to be a top tier player coming out of high school, college, and be able to get 7, 8 minutes and actually look like you belong. It's not going to happen. And I'm sure they treat him like that during practice and shit. And he's running with second teams and all that
right,
stuff.
yeah. They
He's
told him
not
he's
in the
not a
starting
starter,
lineup.
and he got all pissed, and so now he's not
Yeah.
even like a rotation guy.
Yeah, it's crazy what's going on there, but I think that's kind of on Sacramento. And you kind of see where they were 2 years ago and last year, and they're kind of plateau and they're going to stay there. So that organization's ass, and
Right.
not really going with what the cards they have. They're just kind of dealing out their own hand. It's it's stupid what they're doing over there with Bagley. I think he's a really good kid. Definitely for sure, being from Kentucky helped him out a lot. He was from Kentucky, right? Yeah.
Duke. He was Duke.
He was Duke?
Yeah,
Oh, well,
pretty
either way,
sure.
I'm thinking blue.
Whatever.
Well,
One
either
of
way,
those
it
two
was
blue
blue.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So either way, it helped out a lot coming from either Duke or Kentucky or North. If you come from one of those three, your chances are you're a little bit overhyped, a little bit. RJ Barrett, a la, uh, coming out here not being the greatest.
Right.
Who's the other one? Cole. Cole.
Cole's gonna roll.
He's
Don't worry.
he's absolutely insane. So it's iffy, but if you come from those three, you're going to end up in the NBA and you're going to be around for a while. But so I think Bagley's going to be fine. He's just going to have to find a different organization. But it's great. This is his second year, right? Third year,
Third year.
number 2 overall pick. Like it's
He's
insane.
shown flashes. He can play. He doesn't play a lot of
It's
defense, and
long,
that's
no.
the problem that he has. But he can drop buckets. He can do things, and the way that the league goes, he doesn't really have to be able to play that great of defense. Just be able to get a couple rebounds, and he's good to go. But
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on there. I'll take him. We can put him and Evan Mobley together and they can just do work. But yeah, it's going to be a fun basketball season this year. I like that we're already starting with a little bit of drama that doesn't have to do with the Nets and their weird shit over there or another super team over in the West. Has to do with players and stuff like that. And we have a lot of new stuff going on. Melo, Rondo coming out, checking in together. We have Russ checking out before the game starts and looking like a complete ass of himself. Thanks a
yeah,
lot, Russ. I put you as my captain on one of my DraftKings things, and you sucked big ones. And I came in pretty much 5th person to last place, and there was 40,000 people in there. So thanks a lot for that, bud.
let's talk real quick about everybody and their mom has talked about the Lakers, and we've exhausted our stuff there. But we said when this contract happened or win this.
Won
Oh,
$8
nice.
on the pod. Let's get it.
From how much? 5 cents? What would you pay?
$2 to
Nice.
$8.
So we talked about how we didn't think that this pairing actually worked. And obviously it's game 1 out of 82. It's a long season. If LeBron and AD go 30-10 every game, then they're going to be fine. They'll make the playoffs. But this literally proved exactly what we were saying, is that Russell Westbrook without the ball cannot fit. He's just not that guy. We saw it in Houston when Harden had to be a ball hog. Westbrook sucked. Then Westbrook went to Washington and played a lot better because Bill doesn't have to have the ball. Now that LeBron has the ball, they're going to funnel the ball to AD every time they're down the floor if they're smart at all. Where does Westbrook fall into this at all?
Westbrook's going to have to,
because he can't spot up shoot. We know that.
No, he's going to have to come in, and he's going to end up being not a rotation player. He's going to start every game, but he's
Right.
in that offense, the way they run, it's LeBron walks it down. He makes the play. When it breaks up, his only option on the broken play is to go to AD. This is where they're going to be able to widen and get that second 10-second free play going. Pass it off to Russ, have him crash down and let Russ go to work the way he's used to doing and do it that way. What they can continue to do it the way they did. That's perfectly fine with me. We can have Steph thinking he had a trash game and just showing them the finger and telling them to go fuck themselves because they're old as fuck and they just need to go and retire. But they continue doing that. But no, if they continue what they did last year to where the offense flowed through LeBron and they got their everybody, all their role players going in the game into the systems of what they're doing on offense, and when it breaks down, it just would go to AD automatically, and that's an easy 2 points. But now with Russ, he can't spot up shoot, no, but he can make 30-40% of his threes when he's filling it, like any great shooter can do. So that's an extra option. That's what Russ needs to be. He needs to be an extra option. He doesn't need to be what the offense is running through, because if they do that, then they're going to end up winning like 40 something games and be a 5th, 6th seed.
Yeah, because it's crazy that those guys scored, I think it was close to 70. It was like 68 or 69 points, those two guys, and they didn't win. And it wasn't really even close. I mean, they were winning for most of it, but when Golden State made their little run in the 4th quarter, it was just done. And Swaggy Poole got to go out there and put them down. So that's a thing that I don't know what Russ does, but he needs to continue to try to be the rest of the triple-double guy that he knows how to be. His assists are going to be down because LeBron walks the ball up, but get those rebounds.
Yeah, I wish I could pick up like first half stats and all that stuff. But at one point I saw that he was 1 for 6, 2 points, like 2 rebounds, no assist. And that's like 2-3 minutes left in the first half.
Right.
And that's insane to see. Usually in the first half, yeah, he might be bricking it up, but he's going to have 5-6 rebounds already. He's going to have 4 or 5 assists. He's probably going to have 3 or 4 steals, but it's just, he definitely looks lost in a system that he's not familiar with. And he's around as much talent as he's had since he was 19, 20 years old when he entered the league. And back then too, he looked like he was in a system he didn't know what he was doing.
Right. Yeah. I mean, obviously Frank Vogel is better than Scott Brooks, and I'm hoping that he's able to work this system out because the preseason is useless. I don't even think Devin Booker played in the preseason, for example. So like nobody cares about the preseason, but when those guys were in, they have not won a game yet with all of them in together. So they're trying to figure that thing out. And I think Vogel is smart enough to get it figured out, but Westbrook just needs to buy into the energy, buy into the defense, buy into getting rebounds because AD isn't really a rebounder. He gets rebounds just because he's like 7 foot with a huge wingspan, but he's more of like a off the rim kind of guy. So let Russ crash.
And that's where I was thinking DeAndre Jordan was going to come in there and really step up, but he laid a fucking egg and freaking what's the annoying motherfucker's name?
Dwight Howard.
I was thinking, what was that old commercial? Vitamin water. Those commercials were amazing. I'm gonna have to go back and watch those after the pod. But yeah, Dwight Howard came out and stepped up and really did work on the rebounds. But yeah, I really thought DeAndre Jordan was going to be a really good pickup in the offseason for that 5 spot, and he laid a fucking egg. So Dwight might have found himself back in the starting lineup for the Lakers for the first time since 2016.
Yeah, I don't know
what a world we live in.
What a world. But yeah, so they're gonna be fine. They're probably gonna make playoffs. The Warriors looked a lot better. Klay Thompson, when he gets back, is gonna obviously inject some offense into that. But one team that I don't want to say looked better, but definitely didn't look worse is the Milwaukee Bucks. These dudes came out, got these big flashy rings, did their thing, and then
Things are
played
nice.
the exact same game we've seen them play for now 3 years running, and just continuing to get better. Giannis continues to get better. He's unstoppable. And the Bucks, I mean, are they in a tier of their own right now with everybody else trying to
Yeah.
catch up?
Yeah, Booty's a hell of a fucking coach. What he's able to do
He
with
was
those
almost
fucking
fired. Remember that?
those no like Patrick Connaughton isn't going to be able to play 30 minutes. He finished the game with the fucking all right, the game's over. Let's just get out of there. He's like, I'm gonna finish this one. Like he's a dog. They're always able to find these dogs. DiVincenzo was a dog. I feel like Pat's gonna take that role this year. And yeah, they are on fire. Chris Middleton. Um, once he stops coming out so hesitant, they will definitely be a fucking steamroll on offense as well as they already are on defense. But yeah, that team's just another year more mature, gelled together, and it's not the same like it is in the NFL. Once you win a championship, if you're the same fucking team pretty much, and you're another year older, and you can add more pieces to the puzzle, it's I think they brought back 8, 9, or 12.
Yeah, I think
So
so.
that's insane. And it's a great team. They have really great role players that really show up and show out. I mean, yeah, there's 82 games. They're going to have their off days, but it's going to be really hard for 4 people that can go over 20 points, 2 guys that can score over 50 points if they want to. It's going to be really hard for them to get more than 10, 15 losses this season. If that's just off of one game, yeah, the Bucks are going to repeat, and they could definitely go 73, 74.
Yeah, I agree. They're going to be really tough to beat because all the best teams are in the West still. Even though the East has gotten really good, but the best teams are in the West, so they're only going to get a few interleague games, and maybe Philly, if Ben Simmons goes far away and just stays away, Philly can still win a lot of games, and then of course Brooklyn, if everything comes together, we don't ever know what's going on with that team. But other than that, yeah,
Brooklyn's
they're in a
dead.
class of their own. Huh? Brooklyn's dead.
Brooklyn's dead, dude.
It's KD and the boys right now, and the boys are not picking up any slack whatsoever. So the what's that?
That whole team, dude, like that whole team sucks. That Claxton kid isn't going to do that every fucking night. Patty Mills isn't 2013, 14
You don't
Patty
think he
Mills
can go
like he
7 for 7 every game?
Hell no. Hell no. That team is fucked. Without Kyrie, 60% of the games this season.
Right.
James Harden looking like James Harden in the playoffs last night. Like that team's fucked. Like
I
KD's
said,
gonna
yeah,
have to
KD's
do
gonna try, but
he's gonna have to do some
he can't do it
freaking
82 games.
2021 Olympics shit. But he doesn't have the other top players in the NBA on his team. He has James Harden, the best shooter that can't do anything in the 3-point competition, but makes hello YouTube videos. Joe Harris is who I'm talking about.
Right.
That team is fucked, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. But they
Poor
can definitely
Steve.
win some games. They can do a lot of things. They'll have to figure out what to do with Kyrie because I don't see New York raising that mandate anytime soon. It's only going to get stiffer. So
They better hope they put the fucking Eastern Conference Champions to a 5-game so they don't get swept 4 games and nothing to the Bucks in the championships next June.
no, that I still think Philly's going to be good. I
don't even think
that
the Bucks are going. Oh man, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I just think that has to get fixed. But I think they're going to be a good team.
That's insane. I think that's the one thing that the Brooklyn Nets have going for them is it's something that they've known about since they got Kyrie. They know he's a weird fella, and I highly doubt this is the first time that he's talked about I ain't getting that shit.
Well, he probably told them straight up. He's very honest.
Last year, whenever all this stuff started, and they started talking about vaccines and stuff when they were in the bubble, I promise you, Kyrie let it be known right up front that is not a fucking possibility. It's not a chance to ever happen with him. He would much rather not play or just put me on another team if that's the case. Kyrie's not a shy person. He's just weird, and he definitely let it be known. So that's not much drama. This shit going on in Philly is insane. And the fact that Doc is really going to sit here and suspend the guy instead of just get rid of him
I don't know that
is
Doc has the
asinine.
power to get rid of him.
Isn't he the president as well? He's the head coach,
Elton
or did he
Brand,
get?
isn't he the one that pulls all the triggers?
Oh yeah, I think so.
I
think you're right.
Doc is not the same guy that he was in LA. That's part of why he left, because he couldn't make all the decisions too, you know?
Okay.
So like they just as soon as he said he wasn't going to play for them, they should have traded him. Like day one, don't let it linger any time whatsoever. But they wanted to try to play hardball with this kid. And so he decides to come back to get some money, and all he does is cause a lot of shit. Nobody actually knows what went on in the locker room or anything like that. But clearly he just came back to make sure he gets paid, and he's probably just fucking around, having a good time. And the teammates hate him. The coach hates him. Joel Embiid, literally, he's like, I don't have time to deal with him. I don't care. His whatever is going on with him, it doesn't affect Joel Embiid. And that's a good thing that it's not affecting Joel Embiid, because they have games to be played, and he's got to be the guy to go out there and play them. And he's doing fine this game, trying to carry these boys to a championship, although he's not scoring. Or no, he is. He's got 22 points tonight. So Joel Embiid's doing his thing. Tobias Harris is trying to pick up the slack, but you just gotta
lock in. Anything? Shamit's on that team now, right?
No, Shamit went somewhere else. He was on this team last year, right?
Okay. Yeah. All right. I don't know.
Because they got Seth Curry now. So where was Seth from? That's where. Seth was in Philly last year too.
Shamit was with the Clippers last year. Maybe he's in Toronto with all them.
Maybe. But yeah, so Embiid can carry this team through a regular season. They'll still get the 3 or 4 seed, and by then they'll be gone. And I think they'll be a tough team again. The Suns haven't played yet, so we can talk them up. Your Cavs look pretty good, still looking relatively good, but a road game in Memphis is not easy, and you guys are making it close. It's a 4-point game at the end of the third quarter, so.
That FedEx Forum is a nice
hard
stadium.
To play there. Yeah.
It's not big as in tall, as like a lot of these. It looks like a college stadium for the most part. But yeah, it's really short.
But it's loud. It's packed.
It's loud. It doesn't have that huge dome and it's loud. Everybody's on top of you, and yeah, it's been a good start. I'd have to say, because usually the last couple of years without LeBron being around, we'd come out against a team like this and just lay an egg and go down 19 like we did in the second quarter and just fall off for us to go on a run in the third quarter and get it close and keep it there and kind of put pressure on their throats and bring it back to what you say, 4 or 5 points.
It was 4
going
points
into the fourth.
At the end of the third.
Yeah, that's really nice. I'm excited. I'm happy, and I'm hopeful. Hopefully we'll be able to get something for Kevin Love, or he'll retire at the end of the season as a Cavalier. I really love the guy. He is on the last leg. I've stated before, it's asinine and bullshit for anybody to try to say that he's out of shape. Kevin Love will run laps around you and fucking put up 40 1-on-1 against anybody who said that shit. He's old school ball. He is the old man ball, and he does it great. He puts his teammates in positions to get buckets better than a lot of people, a lot of point guards in this league. And he's a locker room guy. He's a gel guy. He's worth every fucking penny. I always allude to Adonis. What the fuck's his name? Old Gator.
Udonis Haslem?
Yeah, Udonis Haslem. I couldn't remember the last name for a second. But he gets paid $4 million a year to be a coach on the bench. He gets one of the 12 people spots to sit on the bench and be an extra coach, and that's what we need to do to Kevin Love. It's a little bit more than $4 million, but it's well worth it. So if they can't make an agreement and can't find anything good, don't get rid of him for a second round pick. Please don't do that. Don't disrespect my man like that. So if he does decide to do that, just let him go at the end of the season, release him, or hopefully he would retire as a Cav. But yeah, I'm excited. We're not looking forward to any kind of miracle runs or anything like that.
Right.
But I'm also hoping we don't suck too bad. And I don't know what's going on for next year's draft. I don't think we're going to be able to get Chet.
Yeah, you
That'd be
won't be in
sick
like
as
the
fuck.
Rockets level, hopefully. Like you
Yeah,
guys shouldn't
so
be that low.
yeah, so we're not getting Chet, so hopefully we just make it respectable, and I don't get shit on every time I talk about being a Cavs fan.
Yeah, and then the Suns play the team that I picked to come out of the West tonight in Denver, and I'm really excited about it. I'll obviously have that game on after this podcast is over recording, but I'm looking forward to it. I do think that Ayton's going to try because at this point he wants out, and if you want out, you have to ball out. That's just the way it is. If he wants a max contract, he's going to have to show teams that he's worthy of the biggest contracts. And Bridges, I put the man on my fantasy team. I feel like he just got a contract, he just got paid, and he's going to come out and prove that people need to come to Phoenix because we do still have a big three. Doesn't matter what goes on with Chris Paul, if he retires, if Ayton leaves, whatever. We got Booker and Bridges, and they're both going to be just flying around doing their thing. And Booker wants to win, man. Booker, everybody says he's like the next Kobe. He's the next thing since Kobe, at least mentally, and like all this other stuff. So I definitely see it watching him every single game. He wants to win. He gets mad when he loses. He's definitely upset about the finals, and he's going to come out, and I think he's going to go for his MVP type season. He's not going to win the MVP. We'll talk about that in a minute, but he's going to have his MVP type season, and we're going to see a lot of good things from Book.
I hope so because I have him in a lot of my lineups tonight to win some money. And yeah, I just went as we're talking about it. That lineup's nice, dude. I like it a lot.
What, the Suns lineup or your lineup?
Yeah, my Booker, Ayton, the way I was able to get all them guys
Gotcha.
and went cheap as hell. So I'm hoping you're right on Book coming out and saying, bitch, there's a reason I'm the shit. And we got to the finals. I'm going for that MVP. I have been so dyslexic today, bro. I apologize to you guys. And I have like a sore on my tongue too that came out of freaking nowhere for no reason. I think I bit it in my sleep. But hopefully he's coming out saying I'm an MVP. I'm gonna be legendary. That opening commercial.
Oh yeah.
Chills, bro. As he's riding in there
with that mural.
Hey. I'm thinking about it, just getting chills. But hopefully he does that, and hopefully Aiden does come out with a little bit of big cojones and shows that wasn't just the playoffs. He's not a lazy sack of turd in the regular season. I mean, hey, he can be for 15, 20 games. You don't have to for 82. If you do, you're not going to be able to last that long. That's
right.
why LeBron takes off a good 13, 14 minutes every single game. And if it's not a game he cares about, he'll take off a good 25 minutes of the game of his 35, 40 minutes starting.
Hey, but LeBron doesn't want to talk about that. All right.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to talk about minute restrictions.
I don't
He doesn't want to talk about minute restrictions.
No, he won't. He'll play 40 minutes.
That's what I'm saying.
But he
doesn't play
for about 10.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I just thought that was hilarious 15. When he said, I feel better when I play a lot of minutes. It's like, yeah, because you're resting for half the game anyway.
But yeah, oh man, my sharpshooters is bad. But yeah, I'm just hoping I'm able to come in and do really good to start out my whole draft thing. And it would be really cool if you guys are able to go forward and do good because it's not an easy run. It wasn't easy last year.
Right.
It made it easier on yourselves with injuries. Jamal's out.
Right.
Spida got hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
The Lakers suck. So yeah, it was really able to help. Even
those first two games
guys.
Against the Bucks, Giannis was kind of 50% and got us a couple wins there. So
yeah, Steph was out for a while and didn't really be able to do anything besides knock out the shitty Lakers. So yeah, it's a new season. Clay's going to be back in 2 months.
Yeah.
So we are here to watch the West this year. I don't give a shit about the East. It's a 3-team race, really. Besides a couple
what
of
about
sleepers.
Indiana? I mean, they
besides a couple of sleepers.
Okay. I mean, they did lose.
Indiana, Miami.
They did lose.
Today. They lost, and Charlotte might be a sleeper as well. Hey,
Chicago.
LaMelo looked good.
Yeah, he's good.
LaMelo was looking good. He's really good. He's really good. But yeah, it's awesome. Oh yeah, and real quick, all these people shitting on LeVar for always talking up his kids. He got talked about last week again for saying how all 3 of his kids are in the NBA. He said it was going to be, and they had to remind him that the G League isn't the NBA. Well, it's NBA affiliate, but Lonzo came out and backed his dad, or no, it was
It was
LaMelo.
LaMelo that came
It
out.
was
Yeah.
LaMelo. He said, listen, a lot of people don't like
Don't
good
even have
people
a
don't
dad.
have
Yeah.
dads, and you're shitting on my dad for like wanting the best for us. So shout out to LeVar, dude. Yes, you were eccentric when you first came out to the world, but you have stayed behind the lights for the most part. And when you have something to say, you have been a proud dad. That I
Right.
would say probably the same thing, if not more. So shout out to LeVar one time, guys. He's an awesome dad who called this shit. I mean, Jello might not be in the league, but he also said Jello wasn't it. He
Although
let
what
it
they're
be
saying
known.
is Jello got signed, so it counts. It's a two-way contract, and he's in the G League for the most part, but he
Yeah,
got
but
signed.
but and LeVar already let it be known Jello wasn't it. Like it was
He
Lonzo and it
said
was
no,
LaMelo,
he
and
said
LaMelo's going to
LaMelo's
be
the
10 times
best.
better.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
said LaMelo's the best player. Lonzo is a good starting player, and then Jello is going to be a 50-50 shot.
And that's usually how it
Huh.
happens. Like isn't fucking Giannis is the middle, right?
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
usually how it happens. The older one's usually not that good. The older one's in LA collecting rings.
And then the youngest one is riding Giannis's coattails up in Milwaukee,
Hell
getting
yeah.
his
And
own
and
rings.
and I love the fact. So whenever they there was a little clip they put out whenever he signed his contract before last season. They like showed the progress of last season on the way to the championship. And whenever he signed his contract, he just thanked them for what they've done for his family and for his brother. So he knows that they have helped his brother out and
Right.
that he helped their brother out enough to where he doesn't have to worry about him. And his name gave enough for fucking whatever Taboas or Thabaduas, Yabba Yabba over there in
Thanatos.
LA.
I don't know.
Yeah, able to fucking make the minimum and get a ring over there and shit. It's got to be awesome for that family. And it all has to do with 8 years ago. They really took a chance on a kid who was
A
this thin,
skinny little goofy
but
dude. Yep.
his reach was as long as the freaking room he signed his contract in. Yeah, so and he shout out to their team for able to get him in strength. Chris Middleton too was tiny, and he's a
Right.
big son of a bitch now. And that seems to be happening. DiVincenzo wasn't that big son of
Right.
a bitch. Pat Connaughton always had that dog in him. Now he's got some weight to him. And he's able to get up there and get layups over these
Are
big
you saying
fellas.
there should be random drug tests in Milwaukee?
No, I'm saying that if there's a gym staff of the year
The
trophy, it should go
strength
to
and
them
conditioning coach?
it should go to them every single fucking year, it seems like, because they one find really great players, really knowledge players in basketball, high IQs. They might not be the best shooter, they might not be the best driver, but they're gonna find their spot and be able to get there every single time because their IQ is on 1,000. And that seems to be the players that they get there in Milwaukee. And oh yeah, they're able to find the people, the unwanted people, and the Drew Holidays that are able to really come in and buy into what that culture is trying to do. And he's just one of them. They don't have a Russ. Come, I don't think
Right.
we had a single game last year where Drew just fucking laid an egg like that. So yeah, that culture is awesome, and they're the odds in to win it. In my eyes, I'm not a sports book in Vegas. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, they are insane. And then in the West, you have four teams like that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You have the Jazz, who you can say the same thing about. You have the Nuggets, who you can say the same thing about, besides the Joker and his body,
Well, he's
their strength
gotten
and
way more
conditioning.
fit as well, you know.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, yeah, he does look a lot less baby fat.
yeah,
Even right here, he looks a lot
yeah,
thinner coming into tonight's game too. But yeah, no, shout out to them. You guys, y'all keep getting these guys. Cam Johnson, is that who I'm thinking of? Light
yeah,
skinned fella.
yeah.
Uh,
Cameron Johnson.
yeah, he looks like he gained about 10 pounds of
Did he
muscle
take his shirt off?
coming
No,
into tonight's
he's still
game.
wearing the shirt.
No, just looking at the walk-ins and stuff earlier.
Right.
But dude, it's gonna be a fun year. It's gonna be a really fun year for basketball, and I'm really excited for it. I can't wait. It's not gonna be like the last year and then the bubble where we're just kind of waiting, like waiting for the bubble, waiting for the playoffs, waiting for the play-in game. We're gonna have, I feel like, more of the oh shit, are we gonna be the last seed? It's not gonna be all right. We got 4 or 5 teams way up here, except in the East, and
Right.
then we have 5 teams fighting for that 8 spot, or whatever the hell it is. That's stupid, or that great play in. it just doesn't make sense to me right now.
Well, before we get to the awards, you mentioned LeVar Ball calling his shot, and a shout out to him. On top of that, I just want to shout out to me once again. I think I shouted out to me last week, but I'm shouting out to me again for calling it. Yesterday, well, Tuesday, for anybody listening, I think it was Tuesday. Game 3 of the Dodgers were coming up, and we were down 2-0. I texted our boy Eddie, our old co-host and co-founder, No Scrubs Allowed. I texted him at noon. The game was at 2. I texted him at noon, and I said, I got Seager and Belly going yard, and we're going to win this must-win game by 1. And Seager went off in the first inning. Belly went off in the 8th to tie the bad boy up, and we won by 1. So I called my shot perfectly, and Eddie just texted me. He was like, tell me you put actual money on that. And I was like, no, I just texted it to you.
Are you able to do that? Are you able to do the live betting?
Not in Cali, no.
Damn.
No.
Dude, right when that sports book hits here.
Same.
Oh, baby.
I'm gonna be poor, bro. So shout out to me. But let's move on to some NBA awards. And I don't know a lot of the players. I don't know the favorites. I don't know the Vegas odds. I don't know any of that shit. But let's start out with probably an easy one, at least in my opinion, and that's Defensive Player of the Year. Is it Gobert, or who else could even stop him?
It's Gobert.
Will they get voter fatigue though? If they get voter fatigue, who could it be?
Who exactly? That's what I want to know. Who was in second last year?
Anthony Davis, I guess, would be the only.
Who was in second last year? Anthony probably was second last year.
Or Ben Simmons. But he's not playing, so don't get to worry about him.
No, who? It's not voter fatigue. It's who else
there's
is
only
so
one
fucking
amazing.
dominant. Yeah. Zion still not 100% healthy.
Right.
So no. Yeah, no. No. Unless there's if there's plus 1,500 on the other, if it's minus 150,
if it's just Gobert against the world,
and then it would be plus 4,500 on the world. I would go minus 150 Gobert.
So Anthony Davis has a legitimate shot, I would say, and then maybe Giannis. Giannis was probably actually second last year.
Yeah.
If Giannis isn't going for an MVP, he's one of those guys that they're like, well, we have to give him something. And they might give him the Defensive Player of the Year.
I won that whole episode with an ugly ass hat. It just wasn't on the right way.
All right, so that's
so I don't know, Giannis. Maybe Giannis.
How
many blocks did he have last night? Bro, there's some action going around my apartment. Shit's slamming everywhere.
I'm trying to find player odds and I can't. I know. Because I want to have some sort of.
He had 2 blocks, a steal.
Okay.
Ooh. Look at Brooke Lopez, 3 blocks and a steal.
No, so it's Gobert. So what about most improved player? Who would be the favorite, I guess, in that regard for you? I mean, obviously we don't know because they have to improve. So we're kind of picking somebody that was average last year. Unless it's just Zion, right? If Zion gets healthy, has his new Rookie of the Year campaign, then it's got to be him, right?
Yeah, Zion, somebody that got hurt, Jamal. I would probably not Jamal. Maybe Portis. If he's able to make a staple on that Milwaukee Bucks roster outside of the playoffs, maybe him. Maybe one of these players that are on Toronto now with their new style, their new whole roster setup, shakeup going on there. Maybe somebody there who's going there to be one of the playmakers there. I don't know. Maybe one of the Chicago players could end up. It's in my eyes, it's going to be a new face for a new team, and in their first year there, who wasn't that good last year. We have a plethora of those players that got traded around last year. A lot of role players that end up on new teams. Some of them being starters that weren't on teams last year. So I'd have to say one of them, but on top of my head, I can't think of one. But that's
somebody that I just thought of. That's a possibility because you were talking about injuries and whatnot. Jaren Jackson Jr. Could, if he can actually stay healthy for the entire year, Memphis makes the playoffs for the first time ever. He could be a person. But just to go backwards, I was finally found some sort of voting thing, and somebody getting a lot of love for Defensive Player of the Year.
Who's that?
Bam Adebayo.
Really?
He could stand a chance there if there's some voter fatigue potentially. But yeah, I think for most improved, it's very hard. But I think that maybe OG Anunoby, who they continue to talk about improving, but he's never won the thing, I don't think so.
Yeah,
so
maybe if RJ's be able to get his shit together. I think OG Toppin's too young. He's going into a second year, didn't do shit last year.
Right. They don't really do that for.
Yeah, but I think he'll be able to come out and have a great year this year, the way he was able to finish his season last year. Julius Randle can't get it. I don't know. DeRozan, is he too old to get it, do you think?
Not if he balls, because he's in a new spot.
He has a chance to ball on that team. That team, it's going to be a great backcourt, and I don't know who got slid to the 3, him or Zach, but that's
they were talking about. I mean, obviously that's not going to happen because of their starters. But they were talking about Lauri Markkanen, or is that on your team? Starting at 3.
Team now.
Okay, yeah. Did he start at the 3 or did he come off the bench?
I have no idea.
That's a tall ass 3.
Started right when I got home. Markkanen didn't start, but he started at the 4.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh wow, Sexton did get the start over Rubio.
Yeah, but Rubio played more minutes, at least from when I was watching.
Yeah, Sexton's in right now. He's up 25 minutes to 21. Wow, Okuro's only played 20. All right, so we are really going with a big man lineup this year. That's fine with me. We've been doing it with a Bickerstaff, but I don't like Okuro only getting 20 minutes to Jared Allen and Markkaden's 28, 27.
Well, speaking of Bickerstaff, let's go ahead and do some Coach of the Year, and that's one people I really don't know. I know only a few coaches in the league, but who do you got for Coach of the Year? Do you think a runaway Budenholzer if they win more than 73 wins? And I mean, if they win more than 73, it's going to be him. But
what's the old mean looking grumpy fuck in Denver?
Mike Malone. Malone is what they call him. I don't know why he doesn't go by Mike, but Michael Malone.
That's my guy.
I'm gonna go. Well, Quinn Snyder won it last year, right, at Utah. So I don't think he's gonna win again. You know what? I got to go with my guy, Steve Nash. He's gonna be the Coach of the Year. Because he's going to have to navigate not having a superstar point guard for the entire year, and somehow
I thought you were about to say money.
Nope, my actual Jersey guy. And he's going to get to navigate without Kyrie for the entire year and still find a way to finish with the number 2 seed, and it's going to be him.
I almost wore my Nash, but then I didn't want to wear a Cavs one, so I went Goon Squad.
Nice. Rookie of the Year. Is it your boy? I think there's some love in Vegas for Evan Mobley.
Mobley is looking good. He's starting getting big minutes, 34 minutes out of, let's do the quick math, 42 possible so far. So most minutes on our team. And yeah, it looks good. 15 points on 50% shooting, draining a 3, getting to the line, got a block, got a steal, no turnovers, a couple fouls. Drawing a 15, 9, and 6 line right now. So yeah, the kid looks like he's the truth. He looks like he shouldn't have fell to us, even though he obviously was going to. But yeah, I'm liking it, and especially in the system he's in, the team he's in, with our big man lineup. Will y'all be quiet? I'm doing a podcast. Thank you. But the system we're in, he's going to thrive. And we're going to, like we showed right now, we're down 1 with 3 minutes left, 3.5 minutes left. Oh, down 4 now. but we're going to be in these games this year, in which the last couple of years we weren't in. They were blowouts. A lot of these players have been on the team for a while, except Markkanen, and Jared Allen's got another off season with. I don't think he had off season with us last year, but Seti, he's there. He's our locker room guy, along with Kevin Love, who's going to keep teaching these guys, keep doing his thing. And we also have our old faithful and Jetty Osman too, who's going to do his thing. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready for it. And oh yeah, the fucking signing of the offseason from the Cleveland Cavaliers. We got a two-way contract going to the 9-foot tall, standing at 3 stories and 4 steps to a staircase. Taco Fall.
I still get him in all of my 2K games, and he's unstoppable. He's unstoppable on the pick and roll. It's great.
And like I told you, I was happy as hell that we were signing him. And then when I saw that it was a two-way contract, I was so pissed off because especially in Cleveland, this dude is gritty as fuck. He works his ass off. I mean, yeah, he looks lanky. It doesn't look like it's fair. And he's not able to go against the top tier players in the league.
Right.
But when he's against the other 70% of the players, he's able to get buckets. And when he's even only playing 15 minutes a game, he's selling an extra 8 to 15,000 fucking tickets.
Right.
Like he puts asses in seats. There's no. Let's go through our other people who aren't fucking him. All right. Valentine, remember the ugly grilled
Denzel
dude? Yeah, on Chicago.
Yeah.
Him. He's one of the 12. L. Stevens. Don't even know your fucking first name.
I don't know who that is.
Nimhard.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Nimhard.
He's a rookie this year, right? So they're keeping him.
You know that fucking piece of shit Nimhard
who tried to leave for a ring.
Yeah.
Or did leave for a ring, I guess, or tried to. Yeah, they lost.
Yeah, but yeah. So no, Taco was out there tonight. Shout out to Taco, but no, it's annoying. Hopefully Nimhard's one of those fucking people. He's not going to be, but yeah, it's crazy. I love it. I love that he's on our team. Didn't want to buy a jersey this year. Thought about it because they have the 75-year patch on the back.
Oh, true.
So yeah,
I'll have to get my Booker jersey
getting a jersey
this weekend or next weekend when I don't have to pay shipping. So when we did the draft thing, I said that Jalen Green was the easy favorite, and I forgot that. And I know that rookie of the year, you don't have to be on a good team, but I forgot just how bad the Rockets are, and his advanced stats are not going to look good. What'd you win?
Can you see it?
7th. I see that you're 7th. $4.22. Nice.
Making money.
So I forgot how bad the Rockets are. And even if Jalen Green is good, even if he puts up stats, he's got a minus 37 right now because the Rockets are down like 40 points right now. So that's something that's going to hit him. So because of that, I'm going to go with a guy that's also on a bad team or potentially on a bad team. And I'm going to go with Davion Mitchell. This man is a champion. He knows how to win with Baylor, and he's going to come out there and he's going to put up points. And the Kings are going to be that scrappy team again that ends up falling just short of the play-in. And so he's going to be getting a little bit of national relevance, whereas Jalen Green's going to be out in the pasture doing nothing.
And Sacramento looks like a team that could have a lot of – we have 3 players that play 25 to 35 minutes, and then everybody else is just rocking 15 minutes.
Right.
Like they have a fucking plethora of 2-3. Can we fucking get to start saying 3 guards, 4 guards, and then fucking the fucking point or the power forward? Can we start that yet? Can I say 2-3 guards? So 1
forward, 1 center, and then a 2 guard and a 3 guard. Is that what you're gonna say?
No. You have the point guard. You have your 1,
right,
and then your 2, 3, and 4 guard. And then your big man.
So you're just gonna have a big man. See, I'd go your point, your 2 guard, your 3 guard, your forward, and your center.
Yeah, I mean we can do that too. But yeah, they have literally a lot of 2 and 3 guards. Harrison Barnes is the 3 guard.
They keep drafting them too.
Yeah,
Tyrese Halliburton. They're just gonna keep getting them.
They had to get rid of what's his name, Belazizia. And he snapped
or whatever.
Yeah, he snapped last night. So
yeah,
they have a plethora of 2-3 guards. So yeah, that I could definitely see that for sure. And they're a high-powered offense, so put up a lot of points. Don't play a lot of defense. Give up buckets in the first 14 seconds.
Exactly.
I can see it.
Keep getting up shots. Keep putting up shots, baby. All right, so that brings us to MVP. Who do we got for the MVP? There's obviously going to be. These are the names we all recognize. There's going to be Joel Embiid going to try to say that Ben Simmons is useless. Jokic potentially winning back-to-back. Giannis trying to get his shit back. Kevin Durant trying to carry the Nets. new guys and Trae Young and Luka Doncic, Steph bouncing back. Who do you got for MVP? MVP is a good one.
Do you have the odds up at all?
No, but I could probably find those easier because I didn't actually.
I want to know what the odds are on Chris Paul, because I really think if that team's
0.
able
They're
to,
not odds. They don't exist.
if they're able to continue what they were able to do last year and he's able to add to what he did, I mean, Book's going to keep going up, but I don't think it would be Book.
Because Book
If
is
it was-
plus 2,000. He's the
if
guy.
it was
He's the
gonna
best
be-
guy on the Suns.
See, I feel like if it was going to be anybody
Chris
on the
Paul
Suns,
is plus 10,000.
I put my money on that. Listen, hey, if you decide to go to the Grand Canyon or anything soon, or when you go to Arizona, I don't know if you can slide around or, bro.
Phoenix is pretty low in Arizona.
Throw 100 on me, bro. Throw 100 on it.
On Chris Paul,
Yeah.
you dumb. He's not. So if the Suns get the top seed and they roll through, it's going to be Devin Booker. I'm telling you, unless he's hurt for a little while.
I hope so, but I mean, yeah. Honestly, I think it's going to be Kevin Durant coming off the gold. What he did with that team and what he's going to have to do. It's already in his mindset. He's learned. Looked last night. Said, "All right, I'm fucked. I have to get the job done."
Yep.
So he's going to come out and go absolutely fucking crazy. He's going to pull a little bit of a Golden State, kind of sit back, watch James Harden do his thing, and quietly put up 40 every fucking game.
Yeah. And then when it's like the last 2 minutes of the game, he'll make a crazy defensive stop that gets put on
Aaron
ESPN
Gordon
the
or Will
next day.
Barton.
And none.
I have to.
Gordon, I guess.
All right.
So Luka is.
This is
actually
literally
the
my
favorite.
text conversations to him 30 times a day.
So Luka is actually the favorite at only plus 400. Listen, Luka could win. That's not good value. Do not go to Luka at plus 400. That's stupid. I know we're not a betting podcast. We're actually talking about who we think is going to win, but Luka could potentially win, but plus 400 is shitty odds. I don't know really who I think is going to win this thing. I was going to say Kevin Durant as well, but I don't want to. But I think that Joel Embiid revenge
Look
tour,
at this.
or like proof that Ben Simmons doesn't matter tour.
Get there, get there, get there. Oh, it's not going to get
It's
there.
not
It
gonna
says
get-
Devin Booker USA. Doesn't even have him on Phoenix.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Sorry, I'm going to stop.
That is some bullshit. So, so I think that Joel Embiid going out to prove that Ben Simmons is not worth anything to their team is going to be very valuable. I think he's going to average 30 and 12, and he's going to be the guy. And as I said earlier, I think Philly can actually make noise. So it's going to be his, and he's a plus 700. He's the exact same odds as Kevin Durant. Those are the ones I'd say to put on. A repeat performance by Jokic, by the way, is plus 1,500, 15 to 1. So that's pretty high odds.
Yeah, it is
as well.
I don't think it would be the Joker again.
And then Ice Trey is 20 to 1 if you want to put something on the Hawks to actually do anything.
I'd say, yeah, that was a shitty fucking round for me. Ugh. I'd say, I don't know. That's a tough call this year, honestly, because there's going to be so much that happens this year. The Bucks could run wide the fuck open, like we talked about, and lose 8-9 games total at the very most. And at that point in time, Giannis is going to be the undisputed MVP.
Right.
The fucking Jazz could go on a fucking tear, and Spida could end up being the MVP. The Sun could go crazy. Book could go absolute fucking new age Steph and be legendary and just go fucking berserk and put up 40 points a game and lead the Suns on a fucking tear. Like, this is a wide ass open season. I feel like there's no storylines written yet, and all these super teams, all these trades in the off season, it's just so wide open. I have to, I guess Giannis is has to be the favorite.
All right. I'm still going to go with Embiid, but yeah, if that scenario happens where the Bucks go off, it's going to be Giannis. So let's go ahead and let's go end on the college football. We left college football off because there's no ranked matchups this week, but we can still do some upset picks. And my upset pick, since I let you go first last time, is barely an upset pick, but in ranks, it's a huge upset pick. So, what?
Sorry, I came in first on that thing.
What'd you win?
I came in
Did you
first.
win something
$7.
cool?
I mean, it's the flash ones.
Right.
But yeah, I won $7.
Nice.
Look at this stupid. That was all the times ones. I told you I was gonna win with all the times. Look at them things. Let's go. Sorry. That's exciting as hell.
That's cool. You're a winner. They can never take that away from you. So
That's
my
awesome.
my upset pick is, once again, I keep doing this. I keep going to the Pac-12, but this one's not Pac-12 after dark. This is Pac-12 primetime early game, and that's UCLA hosting number 10 Oregon. UCLA is a lot better than they look, and Oregon has proven that they can lose on the road in the Pac-12, and they're going to lose again. So I have UCLA upsetting Oregon.
Yeah, this was going to be a hard one, like you said. Wish we would have done it yesterday. I probably would have picked App State, and it looks like that
It
might
looks like they
actually
have
happen.
a shot for real.
Yeah. I have no earthly idea. You got the one. I can't go against Oklahoma. They're starting a different quarterback. Northwestern has no fucking chance. Do I have to can I take the cheating route?
Yeah.
No. Nah.
Taking that 25 rank to lose or something.
Yeah, I'll take Clemson over Pittsburgh. But Wisconsin's favored. That's the cheating route. But
Gotcha.
I'll take Clemson over Pittsburgh. Clemson's not that great this year. Pittsburgh's ranked right now. Pittsburgh's at home. So that's a good one to take. I could take LSU over Ole Miss, but that's a harder one to take. So I'm not doing that great right now on upset picks because Oklahoma keeps winning. So yeah, that's mine.
All right. So we're gonna get out of here. We have a couple shout outs.
I don't remember the one I tagged you in on Facebook. That was a great. Oh, the best man.
You can start with that one because I have the shout out I want to end the pod on.
Sounds great. But yeah, so coach who has always put a sour taste in the NBA fans' mouth, Tom Thibodeau, for some reason has always rubbed me the wrong way. Just seems like he doesn't give a damn about the players, doesn't care about where you come from. I don't care who you are. You're going to come into my system. If you can't get with it, you're going to get the fuck lost. And just a real old school type guy that I don't think I could have been coached by. And not knowing the guy whatsoever. I don't know anybody who knows the guy. It's just in the on-court things that you see of him. He's a really fucking demanding coach. And Derrick Rose, who has been in the league for a very long time and has been coached by this man 4 different times. Yep. It's insane. 4 different times. Chicago, Minnesota, New York, and Olympics. 4 different times he's had this guy on his coaching staff as his coach. Not Olympics wasn't his coach. He was on the coaching staff. But he's been coached by this guy, been with him his whole career through the ups and the downs. And Derrick Rose get married, and Tom Thibodeau is his best man. That was a holy shit to me. And I think it really speaks on the stuff you don't know about Tom Thibodeau. And I got to give that man mad respect for cameras all over him. These high profile coaches usually take that, and you know all about these guys. You see them. Players always talk about them, and he's just one of those guys. He goes to work, he goes home. He obviously has relationships with these guys, but it doesn't have to be for the press. It doesn't have to be for the fans. This is life. This is a game to him, and he wants to win it at all costs. But at the end of the day, they're men, and I respect the hell out of him for always being there for Derrick Rose through the ups and downs, always checking on. I saw the whole article. I think it was an ESPN article. Don't want to shout them out at all, but yeah, it's an amazing friendship that's blossomed since he got into this league, and the ups and downs he went through in Chicago to ultimately leave there and continue to keep reuniting with him. And it seemed like they were never reuniting. They were just ended up in the same place together. They were always with each other. Is awesome. And just shout out to Tom Thibodeau for somebody who I've always looked at and probably not a great light. My apologies to you, and shout out to you, and shout out to Derrick Rose for getting married, having a wife, doing all that shit. He's like 56 years old now. Thank goodness he has to stand there and watch his bride walk down, not vice versa, or it might take a little while.
I don't think he's that. I mean, obviously he's not 56, but I don't think he's that old at all. Because I remember when watching his rookie
Nah,
year, he's our
yeah,
age,
nah, that
right?
was
Or at least
2011.
my age. He's like
Yeah,
my
he's
age, I
my
think.
age. Yeah, it's
So
2011 was his rookie year. I'm pretty sure
that's so
2010,
crazy.
2011.
No, I wanted to save this to the very end just to force him to listen to the entire podcast. I mean, I guess you can fast forward wherever you want, but I wanted to end this on a huge shout out to the co-founder of No Scrubs Allowed, our good buddy and old host, Eddie Melville. This man left, what was this, 2 years ago now, 3 years ago? I don't know. COVID year always messes everything up. But he left, I think it was 2 years ago,
2 years,
to
yeah.
go do his own thing, to go, not because he didn't want to be on the podcast or anything like that, but to go really try to dig into his life and really make himself a better person, blah, 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 all this other stuff. Well, this week, officially, the week of October 18th that we got this podcast out here, he officially started work with his own business. He officially had day one on Monday. This man is his own boss. Nobody can talk to him. He does his own thing. He works from home out of his home office that he has set up. And this is not just some guy trying to start a business. He's already, done all the legal work. He's got a true business, and he opened his doors, so to speak, officially on Monday. And I don't want to give too much of his personal details, but he has officially started and taking customers. So it's very exciting. It's very cool. He's one of my best friends. He was my best man at my wedding. So it's really cool to see him continue to grow and continue to be there. And I just want to shout out Eddie and shout out all those guys again, just pushing forward and be like Eddie and be a stud, not a scrub.